Okay, I'm sitting here with your disability rep, Roy Rickstrew. Good to see you once again.
Likewise, Mr. Tom.
Can we tackle some of the things that are confusing people right now when it comes to Social Security?
Yeah.
It's this whole ID thing.
Yeah, that's correct. So lots of changes. We've heard about these things in the news. There's
Yeah.
a huge concern about the amount of fraud at the Social Security Administration. So they're tightening their identification rules over at Social Security. So kind of the first thing to understand is that there's some of the programs that are immediately impacted by the changes. And so if you're filing for retirement, if you're filing for survivors or widows benefits, if you're filing a spouse or for minor children, those claims are immediately impacted. Some of the other programs like Social Security Disability and SSI, they're kind of postponing that identification requirement for a little while. So retirement, survivors, children's, and wife or husband benefits.
Okay, well, I've got to stop you again. Well, what if you're already receiving benefits? Do you have to do this stuff all over again?
No, it's only new applications. In theory, your identification has been verified previously if you're receiving benefits. So the big question is, how do you verify your identity for Social Security?
Well, yeah, I'm hearing all these things. They're closing offices. People aren't there, and how are you supposed to get through?
Yeah, so for these programs, you can file through the My SSA website, through the My SSA portal, because you had to verify your identity to have a My SSA account. And if you don't have a My SSA account, you can't verify electronically. Right now, the direction is to go into one of the offices.
But we're getting into a vicious cycle here.
Understood.
Yeah,
they closed 10 Social Security offices. The closest one to us was somewhere in Arkansas. I don't remember off the top of my head where it was. But there had been some staff reductions. So it is kind of an interesting question how they're going to meet this new need that they are creating. So again, as I mentioned, if you're filing for disability, for SSI, if you're filing for Medicare, Social Security says in that process, we're going to have an opportunity to verify your identity several times, so we don't have to do it at the application. We'll get it later.
Okay. All right, that may be a little respite or a little sunshine out there, I guess.
And so some of the things that are coming here in regards to changes is that Social Security has forced most all of their workforce back into the office. So they're manning the office for 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, that sort of thing. The problem is if you call over to Social Security, they maintain a calendar for about 45 days. And if they have appointments within that 45-day window, they'll schedule you an appointment. If they don't, regrettably, they'll tell you to call back and try a different 45-day window. So hopefully things get better. But the track record, I guess, on the appointment scheduling is not real great for there being such a huge change and a big increase in the need for appointments.
Gone are the days of being able to drop into the Social Security office and see someone right away. Yeah,
you can go over there and sit and wait, but most of the time you draw your number, you wait however long it takes, sometimes 3 or 4 hours in Springfield, quite honestly, and then they'll schedule you an appointment for some time in the future for either a call or to come back into the office. So it's always best to call Social Security. There's no point in sitting in the office over there and waiting forever if you're not going to be seen. Call ahead, try to get an appointment on the calendar. It'll make it better. Hopefully some of the, bringing people back into the office will improve the efficiency, and it won't be as big a deal as what it looks like it might be right now.
But I'm hearing again, they're closing offices and they're bringing people back. So even though they're bringing people back, it may not be to an office that you may have dealt with before.
The offices here have all stayed open. None of them appear to be on the chopping block. There was one, I feel like it was over by Jonesboro somewhere, that was closed in Arkansas, but it was quite a ways from here, probably outside of your viewing area, as big as it is.
All right. Well, if people are looking for more information, about this and the many services, of course, that you offer, how do they get this info?
Yeah, so you can give me a call direct to my desk at the 417-812-6698. YourDisabilityRep.com. We have a lot of information there. There's videos, there's links to our YouTube channels. A lot of information that's out there, videos like this and others that we've done to help people in that journey and process.
Yeah, and the nice thing is, when they call your desk, you're generally sitting at that desk.
That's correct.
That's it. So you get to talk to your disability rep, Roy Rickstrew.